Lecture 10, Sepia, page number 125.
Sepia also causes yellowish brown spots, itching, redness, vesicles, humidity and rawness, scaling, pustules. The warm room makes the urticaria patient feel comfortable. But the warmth of the bed aggravates the pricking of the skin. Dunham, guided by the tendency to scaling, recommends the drug as an antidote to Rustock's poisoning. Sepia stands well in the treatment of psoriasis, though inferior to arsenic and arsenic hydratum. ఇక్కడ ఒక ఆయనకి ఇస్తున్నాం సెపియా ఒక పెద్ద ఆయన ఒక ఆయనకి బాగా మంచి ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ వచ్చింది ఈసారి చూపిస్తా సోరియాసిస్కి. These yellowish brown spots have also been removed by Lycopodium, Nux vomica and sulfur. Curare is used by Dr. Baruch of New York. Besides sepia, Calcarea austriarum, Beretta carb and Tellurium have been recommended for ringworm. Beretta carb has never been successful in my hands. Tellurium is useful for ringworm over a great portion of the body in intersecting rings. In scabies, sepia is indicated after sulfur. When pustules intersperse the each vesicles, sepia has a marked action on connective tissue, weakening it and thus producing a great variety of symptoms. Thus there is weakness of the joints which give out readily when walking, weakness about the pit of the stomach, not relieved by eating, and evidently the result of a sagging down of the viscera. This effect of sepia may be utilized in cases in which the joints are readily dislocated. Now, taking up the organs seriatim, we find sepia to have a marked action on the mind. It produces a mental state which is quite characteristic and which ought to be present when sepia is the remedy. The patient, usually a woman, is low-spirited, sad and cries readily. This sadness is usually associated with irritability. It will not do to find fault with the sepia woman. At another times she manifests a condition of perfect indifference. She does not care for her household affairs or even for her own family. This mental state of sepia is to be distinguished from that of pulsatilla, natramur and causticum. Pulsatilla is without doubt the nearest analog. Like sepia, it develops a state of weeping, anxiety and ebullitions, peevish ill humor, solitude about health, etc. But only the former has the mild, yielding, clinging disposition, seeking consolation. Pulsatilla anamata. There may be moroseness and peevishness or irresolution, but it lacks the angry irritability and the cool indifference of the latter. Cool indifference. Natrum uriaticum is complementary to sepia. They agree in causing weeping mood, depression of spirits, persistent recalling of past unpleasantness, irritability, indifference, loss of memory, and alternation of mental states. The former has prominently worse from consolation. Natrum moodlo. Clinically, we may say the same for sepia. Both remedies too have ailments aggravated by vexation or anger. The two are evidently similar in causing weak and irritable nerves, but their complement relation consists in the fact that sepia causes more vascular erethism. Hence it is that under sepia, disturbed feelings induce congestion of the chest and head, animated conversation causes hot face, and sweats follow excitement. In natrum more the symptoms point more to nervous excitement or weakness alone. Hence emotions induce headache and drawing up of the spine, and unpleasant thoughts cause sadness, paralytic weakness or irritability without ebullitions. If hypochondriacal, it is a state of melancholy from mental depression caused by inert bowels, while in sepia the same state depends also upon portal stasis and therefore is more persistent and associated with more irritable temper. Natrum may be called for when the mental state depends upon the uterine disease or menstrual irregularity, but this will be only a prolapsus, never the uterine engorgement of sepia. The difference of natrum is born of hopelessness and mental languor, while that of sepia includes an undistinguished aversion to those nearest and naturally dearest. Causticum induces sadness, especially before the menses. The face is yellow, but the anxiety is more a timid, fearful state. She is full of forebodings. She dreads the possibility of accidents to herself and others. Lilium tigrinum stands very near to sepia. It affects the circulation, particularly the venous blood, and has reflux symptoms from uterine and ovarian irritation. There are nervous irritability, desire to be busy, yet cannot do much, hurried manner. Depressed, full of apprehension of incurable disease, of accidents, etc. Feels that she will go crazy, weeping mood. Both remedies suit the weakened system, especially that of the female, fearful about one's health, hurried, nervous, fidgety, so nervous that the least excitement causes cold, clammy hands, palpitation, etc. In both, the cause of debility seems to be a relaxation of the ligamentous structures, serous sacs and veins. The first two account for the empty, gone feelings, weak knees, even crackling in lilium from deficient synovial fluid, prolapses, etc. The last explains the readiness to portal stagnation, sepia, fullness of the chest, heart, and the veins of the extremities. There is, however, the essential difference in this, that the lilium patient finds relief in diverting her mind by busying herself, while the sepia patient has many nervous symptoms relieved by violent exercise. It is in the former case a sexual erethism which is thus relieved. In the latter, relief is general by favoring venous circulation, nervous erethism being but slight and being associated with lessened venereal passion and aversion to coitus. Moreover, lilium has a marked remission of its symptoms in the forenoon, while sepia is more apt to find relief during the afternoon.
Hepar develops a mood which it may not be inappropriate to consider. Sadness, unpleasant events return to mind, sad in the evening, even with thoughts of suicide, peevish. The slightest thing makes him break out into violence. He does not wish to see the members of his own family. But this latter condition is not quite the indifference of sepia. It arises more from a contrary mood, and further only Hepar has such violent outbursts of passion. Platina is similar in its depressed moods. Indifference. He does not seem to care whether his absent wife dies or not. But the digression is into haughtiness or into anxiety with fear of imminent death, or into that contracted mental state akin to the feeling of the personal superiority, in which everything seems too narrow, with weeping mood. And besides, as we shall see anon, the uterine symptoms differ materially. Let us now consider the head symptoms of sepia. There is a disease of the head called hemicrania, for which sepia is one of our main remedies. The symptoms which indicated here are the following: pains over one eye, usually the left, of a throbbing character; deep stitching pains which seem to be in the membranes of the brain. The pains almost always shoot upward or from within outward. They are so severe as to extort cries and frequently culminate in vomiting. The paroxysms are renewed or aggravated by motion, light, noise, or by a thunderstorm, and are relieved by sleep or rest in a dark room. Usually with women, there are soreness of the face, uterine malposition, or disturbance of menstruation. We find too that the patient may have a jerking of the head backward and forward, worse while sitting and in the forenoon. This has been utilized in nervous women with hysteria, for instance, and also in children with open fontanelles. In these cases, you should not give sulfur calcarea or remedies of that type. Study these symptoms and you will find that the sepia is indicated. ఇలాంటి కేసుల్లో కూడా sepia is also useful in arthritic headaches, especially when, like those of nux vomica, they are worse in the morning with nausea and vomiting. Arthritic headaches, one-sided headaches. The liver, of course, is affected and the urine is loaded with uric acid. In headache from brain fag, sepia is to be selected by its general cachectic condition. It is said to be particularly efficacious when a one-sided eruption has led to brain exhaustion. Compare natramur, nux vomica, sulfur and picric acid. In hemicrania, you may compare sepia with belladonna, sanguinaria, iris, pulsatilla, nux vomica, arsenic, theridion, silesia and thuja. Belladonna is to be selected in hemicrania when there are violent hyperemia with a throbbing carotids, red face, intolerance of the least jar, light or noise. It is indicated, you will see, in plethoric patients and not in the cachectic as with sepia. Sepia cachectic, belladonna plethoric. Sanguinaria produces a right-sided headache, the pains coming over from the occiput. They increase and decrease with the course of the sun, reaching their acme at midday. The paroxysms end with profuse urination, as in Silesia, Gelsemium and Veratrum album. They recur every 7 days. Sanguinaria also has a menstrual headache, which attends a profuse flow. In sepia, the menses are scanty. In sanguinaria, the pains are on the right side. In sepia, they may occur on either side. You will use iris versicolor in hemicrania when the attack begins with blurring of sight and the paroxysms are attended with sour, watery vomiting. Adi mukhyam. Iris lo sour, watery vomiting. Iris versicolor common ga asalu almost as a routine common remedy ga panikochedi pancreatitis, pancreatic cysts, pancreatic ఇది స్టోన్ ప్యాంక్రియాస్లో క్యాలికస్ అవి ఉన్నప్పుడు వాటిలో బాగా విపరీతమైన పెయిన్ వస్తుంది. ఈ సవర్ వామిటింగ్స్, ఎసిడిటీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఉంటాయి, విపరీతమైన పెయిన్ ఉంది. వాటిల్లో ఐరిస్ వెర్సికోలార్ చాలా బాగా పనిచేస్తుంది. మదర్ టించర్ 6లో డైలీ డోసెస్ ఇస్తే the pains involve the infraorbital and dental nerves with stupid or stunning headache. Pulsatilla is very similar to sepia. Both are indicated by scanty menses, bursting, throbbing, boring or stitching pain on one side of the head, obscuration of sight, white tongue, nausea and vomiting. Pulsatilla has more vomiting and a thickly furred tongue with a clammy mouth and relief from cold air. The pains are shifting in character and are associated with chilliness. They are worse in the evening. In sepia, the pains recur in shocks or flashes with proportionate increase of heat in the head. The blurring of sight is associated with heavy eyelids, and the face, though red with headache in either remedy, is ordinarily yellow with sepia and pale with pulsatilla. అంతే కదా అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎల్లో సాడిల్ అక్రాస్ ది నోస్ ఇవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు సెపియాలో. అయితే రెండిట్లోనూ కూడా తేడా ఏంటంటే పల్సటిల్లా ఈజ్ ఎమ్యూలేటెడ్ బై కోల్డ్, నీడ్స్ cold air and cold atmosphere, whereas sepia is also needs cold, aggravated by sun. Nakswamika is more suited to men than in sepia. It cures a drawing, aching feeling as of a nail driven into the head, or as if the brain were dashed to pieces. The face is pale sallow or sallow on a red ground. The attacks commence early in the morning and generally increase to a frantic degree. As under sepia, the exciting causes may be hemorrhoids, abdominal plethora, or brain fatigue. In general, however, the two drugs are very different. Nakswamika and sepia. Arsenic will cause a throbbing, stupefying headache over the left eye. In this particular, it resembles sepia, but the prostration and restlessness of the two drugs are very different, as it is also the intensity of the angry irritability, even to swearing, which arsenic induces. The arsenic headache exceptionally derives a temporary relief from the application of cold water to the head. Theridion has, more accurately speaking, flickering before the eyes, then blurring. The nausea of this remedy is made worse by closing the eyes and also by noise. The effect of noise is more intense than in sepia. In Theridion, when the person gets headache, most frequently the headache will be left-sided. And also it is highly aggravated by sound. With any little sound also the headache will be aggravated. With any little light also it will be aggravated. The effect of noise is more intense than in sepia. It seems to intensify the pains and as it were penetrates to the teeth. So sensitive are the nerves of this sort of vibration. Silesia may be needed after any unwanted exertion if moderate. The pains excite nausea and fainting and are followed by obscuration of vision. Sepia is very useful in the diseases of the eyes. You will find it indicated in asthenopia attending uterine diseases. You may differentiate sepia from other remedies by the time of its aggravation, the patient generally being worse in the evening. In the morning and afternoon, she is quite free from symptoms. In conjunctivitis, you will find sepia indicated when the inflammation is of a sluggish type, occurring generally in scrofulous children. The scrofulous constitutions, the symptoms will develop slowly, insidiously, slowly. Tubercular constitutions even in the fever also, in tubercular constitutions, it starts as a small fever. First, daily for some time he will be getting, in some cases, daily for sometimes, or sometimes especially in the evening the temperature rises for a few days. There won't be any other symptoms that indicate any horrible fever. Slowly it starts like that. In the beginning, even though we advise the patient to get a test, nothing will appear. Only even Vidal or these things everything will be normal. No typhoid, no malaria, nothing, no urinary infection. But from the beginning, if it is only in tubercular constitution, in fevers with the tubercular constitution, so from the beginning, the ESR starts rising. That is almost a strong indication. But of course, only by basing on ESR we cannot decide. But in these fevers, definitely the ESR starts increasing. Every time it will increase. Every time it will increase. Whenever you advise the patient to go for blood test. In conjunctivitis, you will find sepia indicated when the inflammation is of a sluggish type occurring generally in scrofulous children. The symptoms are subacute. There is mucopurulent discharge in the morning. The eyes feel comparatively comfortable during the day, while in the evening there is an annoying dryness of the conjunctiva. The remaining eye symptoms of sepia we may summarize as follows: cataract, trachoma, with or without pannus, scaly lids, pustular lids with eruptions on the face, eyes irritable to light, lids close in spite of him, eyelids droop, aching, sticking pains, worse from rubbing, causes uterine or liver diseases, so scrofula, tea drinking, worse morning and evening, in hot weather, better from cold washing and in the afternoon. I have for years employed sepia in blurring of sight, etc. with prolapsus uteri. I have likewise found it efficient in asthenopia associated with exhaustion dependent upon loss of semen, whether of the voluntary or involuntary occurrence. In these respects, the drug is similar to Natramur, Lilium tig, Jaborandi and Calicarb. The first of these superadds muscular weakness, internal necktie, stiff sensation in the muscles of the eyes on moving them, etc. There is a running together of letters or stitches, but not the sudden vanishing of sight so marked in sepia. Lilium tig causes smarting of eyes, blurring with heat in the eyelids and eyes, sharp pains over the left eye, thus symptomatically resembling sepia. It has also burning, smarting in the eyes after reading, better in the open air like pulsatilla. Spasm of accommodation. Study Jaborandi. Cyclamen and pulsatilla may also be considered with sepia in sudden vanishing of sight, the first with profuse and dark menses, the second with scanty dark flow. But the cyclamen blindness accompanies a semilateral headache of the left temple, with pale face, nausea referred to the throat and weak digestion. Under pulsatilla, which you may also use in conjunctivitis, there is a discharge of mucopus, but it is bland and is worse at night with agglutination of the lids in the morning. There are fine granulations on the lids. The patient is subject to repeated highly inflamed styes. Graphitis you may employ when the canthi crack and bleed, and the edges of the lids are pale and swollen as well as scaly. Graphitis lo natural ga asla anni chotla kanipistayi anni orifices lono anni mucous membranes lono. Tuja is indicated in eye affections of tea drinkers. Brown, bran-like scales accumulate about the cilia, and there are little tarsal tumors, little warts. Naxwamika will be called for in eye infections associated with liver disease. The symptoms are worse in the morning, and some of them are relieved by cold bathing. Natramur, like sepia, is indicated in eye affections, reflex from uterine disease. the lids droop. But under natrum more, there is more spasmodic closure of the lids in conjunctivitis. The discharges are thin and acrid. There are cracks in the canthi and also in the corners of the mouth. Veins over the eyes are present. Worse when looking down. Alumina likewise has falling of the lids, dryness, burning, dim sight, but alumina has has aggravation in the evening and at night. The inner canthi are affected. Next, we shall consider the action of sepia on the abdominal organ. It is indicated in the form of dyspepsia mentioned above and also in the dyspepsia incident to uterine diseases when it is associated with a gone, empty feeling in the epigastrium or in the abdomen, with a sour or bitter taste in the mouth, and with a longing for acids or pickles, which seem to relieve these symptoms. The tongue is coated white. The bowels are usually constipated. The stools are hard, dry, and insufficient. Or, even if not indurated, they are expelled with difficulty. The abdomen is swollen and distended with flatus, and there is almost always a soreness in the hepatic region. On making a physical exploration, you find the liver enlarged, not from fatty or amyloid degeneration, but from congestion. Hemorrhoids are also an indication for sepia, where there is bleeding at stool with a feeling of fullness in the rectum, as though it were distended with some foreign material, which seems to excite an urging to stool. The urine has a peculiar fetid odor and is very turbid. When standing, it deposits a uric acid sediment, which adheres tenaciously to the side of the vessel. Lycopodium is a worthy rival of sepia in the condition just described. The distinction between the two remedies may be given in a very few words. A sensation of emptiness in the epigastrium is more characteristic of sepia. Repletion after eating of lycopodium. Indeed, with the last named drug, the repletion overshadows the other symptoms, often existing without any alteration in the appearance of the tongue. Sour taste and sour or burning erections are, however, very common. But lycopodiumలో ఈ వైట్ కోటెడ్ టంగ్ అనేటువంటిది సెపియాలో ఉంది, దీంట్లో లేదు. కానీ సెపియాతో పాటు చాలా స్ట్రాంగ్గా ఉన్నది యాంటిమ్క్రూడ్లో. Sour taste and sour or burning erections are, however, very common. The abdomen is in a state of ferment. After eating, the circulation is disturbed with irresistible drowsiness. హోమియోలో చదివితే తప్ప అసలు చాలా మంది ఏమనుకుంటారంటే హోమియో చదవని వాళ్ళు తిన్న తర్వాత నిద్ర రావడం అవును అలవాటు. అదే కొంచెం నిద్రపోవాలి తిన్నాక అంటారు. అది తిన్న తర్వాత అందరికీ నిద్ర రాదనే విషయం హోమియో చదివాక తెలుస్తుంది. The urine contains a sediment of free red sand. The bowels are constipated with urging and constriction of the anus. The urine, however, is not so offensive as under sepia. Sulfur resembles sepia in many respects. అది కరెక్టే. సల్ఫర్కి సెపియాకి చాలా చాలా పోలికలు ఉన్నాయి. ఏమేంటున్నాయి? ఫిజికల్స్లోనే కాదు, మెంటల్స్లో కూడా. లేజినెస్, అన్క్లీన్లీనెస్, అన్టైడీనెస్, అన్రూలీనెస్ అవన్నీ సల్ఫర్లోనూ ఉంటాయి, సెపియాలోనూ ఉంటాయి. సెపియా ఆడవాళ్ళు ఇంట్లో ఉన్నారంటే అసలు అవన్నీ ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయో చెప్పలేము. ఏది సర్దడం కానీ, పిల్లల్ని నీట్గా ఉంచడం కానీ, వాళ్ళ బట్టల్ని నీట్గా ఉంచడం కానీ, ఇంట్లో వస్తువులు నీట్గా ఉంచడం కానీ, ఇంట్లో ఆర్డర్లీగా ఉంచడం కానీ ఏవి ఉండవు. ఆర్సనికం ఆవిడ ఇంట్లో ఉంటే ఎంత వండర్ఫుల్గా ఉంటుందో, సెపియా వాళ్ళు ఇంట్లో ఉంటే అంత వరస్ట్గా ఉంటుంది. సెపియా అవన్నీ పర్లేదు. వీటిలో టాప్ అన్క్లీన్లీనెస్, అన్టైడీనెస్, వీటన్నిటిలోనూ చాలా టాప్ రెమెడీస్లో సల్ఫర్, సెపియా వస్తాయి. సెపియా వాళ్ళకి అసలు విపరీతం, అసలు కంప్లీట్ విపరీతమైన బద్ధకం. అసలు వీటి మీద ఒక ఐడియా ఉండదు, ఒక చేద్దాం అనేటువంటిది ఉండదు, ఒక డిజైర్ ఉండదు, వాళ్ళని చూద్దామని ఉండదు. ఇవన్నీ ఇంటర్మింగిల్ అయి ఉంటాయి సెపియాలో. అయ్యో పిల్లలు చిన్నవాళ్ళు కదా, వాళ్ళకి అదే ఆనక స్కూల్ నుంచి రాగానే చాలా మంది ఏమిటో ఆలోచిస్తారు తల్లులు. వాళ్ళు స్కూల్ నుంచి రాగానే ఆకలి అంటారు, వాళ్ళకి ఏదో ఒకటి చేసి రెడీగా. వీడికి అసలు ఆ ఆస్పెక్టే ఉండదు సెపియా వాళ్ళకి. వచ్చిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు ఏదో వాళ్ళు చూసుకుంటారు, ఏదో ఒకటి తింటారు, అదే అప్పుడేదో చూద్దాం. ఎఫెక్షన్స్ లేకపోవడం అనేటువంటి దాంతో పాటు ఇవన్నీ అకాంపనీ అయి ఉంటాయి. ఎఫెక్షన్స్ లేకపోవడం వల్ల ఏం చేస్తారు, ఇవేం చేయరు. ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సిన చూడరు. పిల్లలు కూడా వాళ్ళ బట్టలు వాళ్ళు ఉతుకుని వాళ్ళు స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళడానికి వాళ్ళే రెడీ అయ్యి వాళ్ళే వెళ్ళాలి, ఇవిడేం చేయదు. In sulfur it is laziness, in sepia also it is laziness. In sepia indifference and lack of affections is also there prominently. But untidiness, laziness, uncleanliness, disorderliness, all these are common to sulfur and sepia. Selfishness is more common in sulfur, more strong in sulfur. వాడికి అయిపోతుంది చాలు. మాస్టర్ సల్ఫర్ బుక్లో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇచ్చారు, సల్ఫర్లో ఇచ్చి 2 ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇచ్చారు, సల్ఫర్ వెనకాద్యము. గుర్తుండతోటి సల్ఫర్ గాడికి వాడు స్వామీజీగా ఉండేవాడు. సల్ఫర్ గాడు ఏంటంటే వాడికి అన్ని మిగతా వాడు చేయాలి, కానీ వీళ్ళు ఏమంటారు, వీళ్ళు ఎలా ఉంటారు, వీళ్ళు తింటున్నారో లేదా, వీళ్ళకి టైం ఎలా ఉందో అనేటువంటిది గుర్తుంది. ఒక వెనకాద్యం స్వామీజీకి మాస్టర్ చూసి వెనకాద్యం వేసాక సిచ్యువేషన్ని మానేశాడు. వాడు మనతో కూర్చొని కదిలేవాడు గట్ట. వాడు దీనికి వెళ్ళాలన్నా శిష్యులు అటెండ్ అవ్వాల్సిందే. వాడు అక్కడే ఎందుకంటే గురువు గారికి మనం ఈ రకంగా కూడా అంత హారబుల్ అనమాట. అది వెనకాద్యం 50 వేసారు మాస్టర్ గారు, దాంట్లో ఇచ్చారు. ఆ తర్వాత ఇలాంటివన్నీ మానేస్తే సరైన మనిషి అయ్యాడు. స్వామీజీ కాస్త మామూలు మనిషి అయ్యాడు. వాడు అదేదో హిందీ సినిమాలో దొంగ స్వామీజీ వేషం వేసుకొని వచ్చిన వాళ్ళని మోసం చేస్తూ ఉంటాడు. వాడెవడో పాపం అమ్మాయి కూడా వస్తాడు, ఏ సినిమానో గుర్తులేదు. వస్తే స్వామీజీ నేను కష్టాల్లో నన్ను అనుగ్రహించండి, ఈ కింద నుంచి పండు ఒకటి తీసిచ్చి బతికెళ్ళి అంటాడు. వాడు ఇలా తీసి శిష్యులందరూ వెళ్ళిపోగానే వీడు మామూలుగానే ఉంటారు. వీడు sulfur resembles sepia in many respects. Both are suitable in torpid cases with defective reaction. There are abdominal plethora, congested liver, piles, constipation, hunger about 11 a.m., bitter or sour taste, erections, sour or tasting like bad eggs, fullness from little food, etc. In sulfur, the face is more blotched, red and red at times spotted. Sulfur body face, in sulfur the face will be red, in sepia the face will be yellow. Saliva nauseates him, he vomits food, he craves brandy or beer and sweets, but they disagree. He experiences a hunger at 11 a.m., while in sepia it is more of a gone, faint feeling. The constipation is attended with ineffectual urging like naxwamika. For gone, empty feeling in the epigastrium, compare sepia with calcarea austriarum, cocculus, calicarb, stannum, ignatia, carboinemalis, sarsaparilla, nicolum, oleander, ipecac, thea, staphysagria, actia racimosa, and hydrastis. Cocculus has the weakness extending all over the abdomen and chest. It tires her to talk. The feeling is renewed by overexertion and especially by loss of sleep. Once I have treated one case with Thea. One patient, she was coming All her complaints were ameliorated by drinking tea. Slowly what happened, for only few hours she was getting relief. She has to take a number of teas, which is causing more other symptoms. So she came to treatment. Then I asked her to stop taking tea. I have given tea a cup tea. With that she was completely cured. After much improvement, she discontinued the treatment. She discontinued the treatment, and after 7 or 8 months she came. Again I am getting the symptoms. You please give that tea medicine. She was still. బాబా టీ మంది ఇవ్వండి అప్పుడు ఇచ్చారు కదా తగ్గింది అని మళ్ళీ Calculus has the weakness extending all over the abdomen and chest. It tires her to talk. The feeling is renewed by overexertion and especially by loss of sleep. Calicarb has the empty feeling before eating, out of proportion to the feeling of vacuity caused by hunger, with undue bloating after eating, especially after soup in small quantity. Under sternum, the sensation continues after eating and extends all over the chest. With ignatia, it is attended by sighing. నిట్టూర్పులు అన్నమాట. నిట్టూర్పు మూలుగు కాదు, మూలుగు అంటే మార్నింగ్, సయ్యింగ్ అంటే నిట్టూర్పు. Under carbonymolus, it arises from loss of vital fluids. Sarsaparilla has it associated with the rumbling in the abdomen. ఒక డ్రగ్లో భలే ఉంటాయి. ఒక ఆవిడకి వన్ లేడీ, షీ యూజ్ టు గెట్ హిక్కప్స్, కంటిన్యూస్ హిక్కప్స్. నార్మల్గా బయట అక్కడ ఆ గేట్ అవతల ఉండి అక్కడంతా వాడుతూ తిరుగుతున్నంత సేపు ఎట్టిళ్ళు ఉండేవి కదా, గేట్ దాటి లోపలికి వచ్చినప్పటి నుంచి continuous hiccups. If we call her very late, the hiccups used to aggravate. If we call early, it was less. With hyacinth, she was cured. అలా ఎక్కిళ్ళు వచ్చేస్తూ ఉండేవి. ఆవిడ అపాయింట్మెంట్ అయిపోయి లేట్ అయిపోయింది అనుకు రావడం, లేట్ అయిపోయి అక్కడ వెయిట్ చేయండి పిలుస్తా అంటే ఈలోపు ఎక్కువైపోతూ ఉండేవి. అలా విపరీతం. గమ్మత్తుగా ఉంటాయి హిస్టరికల్ కంప్లైంట్స్. ఒక పేషెంట్లో చూస్తాను, ఒక అమ్మాయి ఫిట్స్, ఇలా కూర్చుని మూలిగేస్తూ ఉండేది, ఇలా ఊగుతూ ఉండేది, ఇలా మూలిగేస్తూ ఉండేది. మామూలుగా మనం మాట్లాడిస్తే అన్నిటికీ సమాధానం చెప్పేది. ఒక పావు గంట, అరగంట, 30 గంట మాట్లాడినా ఫిట్ వచ్చేది కాదు. మామూలుగా శుభ్రంగా మాట్లాడేది, అన్నీ చెప్పేది, అన్ని కబుర్లు చెప్పేది. అయిపోయి కామ అయిపోయాక మళ్ళీ ఓ అని ఇలా మూలుగుతూ ఏమో ఇలా ఊగేస్తూ ఉండేది. ఫిట్స్ అనమాట అది. తగ్గిపోయింది. లైన్లో ఉంచోమంటే ఆడికి ఫిట్ వచ్చి కళ్ళు తిరిగి పడిపోయేది. మొట్టమొదటి 2 సార్లు వీక్నెస్ అనుకుని చైనా వేసిన తర్వాత 3వ సారి కూడా తీసుకొస్తుంటే ఆగరా అన్నారు. అది మామూలు శాఖలేక బట్టరండి అన్నారు. అని తీసుకొచ్చి వేస్తే 2 నిమిషాల్లో తగ్గినాయి. చైనా అంతకుముందు చైనా వేయడమే 2 నిమిషాల్లో తగ్గిపోయేది. ఆ తర్వాత పిలిచి మందించి పంపించేస్తారు అన్నమాట. 3వ సారి అయిన తర్వాత ఈ శాఖలేక ఏంగానే అది కూడా అలాగే వెంటనే తగ్గింది. కూర్చోమ్మ పిలుస్తా అని చెప్పారు. ఆ తర్వాత చివరికి అక్కడ కూర్చోబెట్టి అప్పుడు మంది ఇచ్చారు. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఏం చేస్తుంటారు, పిల్లలు ఏడుస్తుంటే ముందు పిలిచేస్తాం. పిల్లలు చిన్నపిల్లలు కదా, వాడు పిల్లలకి మందు కాకపోయినా వాడిని తీసుకుని వచ్చి వాడిని బయటకు ఇరుగుతూ ఉంటారు. వాడు ఏడుస్తూ ఉంటారు కదా, అలా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు తెలుస్తారు మనకి. అయితే వెనకెళ్ళి తీసుకున్నట్టు లేదు ఉంటాం. అడ్వాంటేజ్ మన అదే పోయింది కదా వాళ్ళకి. మనం ప్రివిలేజ్ ఇస్తూ దాన్ని అడ్వాంటేజ్ తీసుకుంటే
మనం వెళ్ళాల్సిన స్టిక్లెటెడ్ కంటే కన్నా ఒక అరగడ ముందు వెళ్ళాం అని అరగడ ముందు తీసుకెళ్ళారు తీసుకెళ్ళిపోయి రాత్రి ఎనిమిదిన్నర వెళ్ళారు ఇంకా ఎదురుగా వెళ్ళిపోయి వాళ్ళు ఇంటికి తప్పకుండా టీచర్ she was quite calm. She was taking governments with Jagri, etc. She was taking and she starting with the family. And after seeing the time in the 8:25 like that, she asked all the things as a second and she started moving. And the matter was planning. In the time in
aggravated by the doctor. రోజు 106, 105, 106 రోజు. ఏం చేద్దంటే మంచం నుంచి లేస్తే కోడలు తను పని చేయాలని, 106 జ్వరం అంటే కోడలు పని చేస్తున్నాడు, మంచం దిగక్కర్లు, అందుకు చేసేది పని. Sarsaparilla has it associated with rumbling in the abdomen. Nicolum without a desire for food. Oleander with the sensation of distended abdomen. The chest feels empty and cold. Actia racemosa is excellent when with the faint empty feeling in the epigastrium. There is a trembling, wavy sensation spreading from the stomach over the body. Hydrastis relieves when there is a sinking sensation, palpitation of the heart and mucus-coated stools. Thea produces a gone faint feeling, sick headache radiating from one point and pains in the left ovary.